All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm here watching Martin play some chess in the 1425 rating. All right, so e4, starting off. Very nice stuff. e5. Are we gonna get a scotch again?
We are going to get a scotch.
Oh,
You know it's your favorite
nice.
opening.
Favorite opening. Perfect. I like what I hear. I like what I see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he doesn't
Mm,
recapture, which is the right way to go. So what this
just
move,
develop stuff.
typical, yep, attacks the e4 pawn, so the best way
I
to go is to um
take it away.
defend. Okay, so here you've already made a slight mistake, which isn't too bad, but the idea now he takes the knight, which is the one piece that's defending e4, and then now he can take the e4 pawn with the knight.
Oh no.
But
And
there
then
are
now,
some ideas that you can go for in this position. It's not lost or anything. But
how do I
like,
kick it away? Should I play
do you
like,
want to kick it away, or do you want to maybe pin it, or do you want to save the c3 pawn?
let's
Like
pin it. That does both.
there's a lot of options for sure. Pinning it
I'm
is
going to pin it.
actually a really nice option for sure. So the only good move he has is queen e7. If he doesn't play queen e7, then you can play f3.
Oh,
So
right.
queen e7 here makes a lot
Yep.
of sense. Maybe there's some ideas that you can go for. Like, I don't know if knight f5 works. Like, attack the queen and then go for sneaky knight g7 check ideas. Maybe that's a good idea if you want to go for it.
Yep.
All right, so the
Made.
idea is if he plays queen e6, you have knight takes g7, and either way, you also still have knight takes g7 here, I think. Because if he takes back with queen, then you can take the e4 knight, and you have
Yep.
regained your pawn. And
Thank you, Fallon. That was,
an
yep.
important
Get
thing
my
is
pawn
that
back.
you take this with check, and you be mindful that he's attacking your c3 pawn with his queen, threatening to win the rook with a fork.
Gotcha.
So how do you defend that? What's the probably the best way?
I can bishop b2 it
Okay, what's another threat that he has at the same time right now?
right now.
Yeah.
Nothing too major that I can see.
Well, something that's really big for him is that your king and queen are actually lined up in the same
Oh, yeah, because,
same
yep.
line, right? So, okay, so I was gonna say rook e8 check. Oh, sorry, not check, but pins the queen to the king, and that's a really bad, um, or a really big problem rather. So here you're actually not too bad, right? You can just develop. Okay, I wasn't going to suggest that move, but I guess it makes sense. If he plays rook check, you can probably just develop your bishop, prepare a castle once that bishop is defended,
Uh-huh. What
and
to do?
maybe you can set up some
How can
sneaky
I defend this bishop though?
uh bishop h5 ideas once it's out of the pin. How do you defend the bishop? That's a good question.
Queen across?
There's
That's
a
probably the
really
only way.
nice move here that actually like defends the bishop and also creates a threat at the same time. Or like sorry, not defends the bishop, but gets the bishop out of a pin.
What, bishop back again? To bishop, yeah, my other bishop back to like e3? That works.
Yes, yeah, bishop to e3 is really nice because what it does is it gets the other bishop out of a pin and it threatens bishop h5 where you're skewering the queen to the rook.
Ooh,
Do you see that?
I do. Let's
So
play it.
now, can you play it? Does he have any threats at the moment?
Does he have a check? No. No, I
No?
can't see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, go for it then. That's sweet.
I
And a
feel
really
like
funny
cheating
thing
when I have like
is
an 1800 rating, not
you actually
1850 on a road to 2000 rating pledge helping me, but oh well.
okay, so now you actually have really nice checkmate ideas.
Oh, what if I played check first?
Queen
Queen
takes
check
pawn
first.
check.
Yeah.
If he blocks with rook, what's the next few moves?
I play check. I play queen check again.
And he
F8.
blocks with rook, and then you take, right?
I checkmate, right?
If he blocks with knight, then what do you do?
I block with knight. I'll just take the rook.
Yeah, perfect.
Check.
That seems really good, right? So he either makes a really bad move that ends up getting checkmated in two, or he plays this knight back move and he ends up getting losing his rook anyway. So that's really nice stuff.
Oh, he found it. Nice. Good job for him.
Good job for him.
Yep.
So is
my
there
rook.
anything better? Probably
No.
not.
If
The
I
good thing,
followed that with my bishop to g5 and then I threatened checkmate in one, would that
yep,
be bad?
yep, solid idea. He may have something like Queen e4 check though.
Queen e4, e4. Oh, that check, yes. Well, I can just move my king out of the way. That's not too bad, right?
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Not at all.
See
There
what he
may be
does.
another idea as well. Like after he takes your bishop, you may
Oh,
want to go for like queen check
queen
on
check.
h8, forcing his
Hey,
king out of his like
yeah.
little hole, and then
Uh-huh.
something like bishop d4
Is this guy
and
just gonna waste? Oh no, here we go.
and prepare ideas like that.
No, I like the more scary mate in one idea.
Okay, go for whatever you feel is best. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just giving you ideas,
Yeah.
showing potential
Mm-hmm.
thoughts. The good thing
Yeah, I
about
like.
his queen on c4 is that it stops you from castling, which is something that you really want to do in this position, right?
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna run out of time, so let's go for mate in one threat.
Yeah, mate in
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Okay,
and
so
that's his mate in one.
he
No, he didn't. It's not.
he covers it, but the thing is, he covers it really badly because you want trades, don't you?
Yeah.
So why
So
don't you
what I
just
do?
take the knight, right?
What?
So you trade the
Oh yeah.
queen and the bishop for the queen and the knight, and is that
Gotcha.
not completely winning for you? Then you can do the castle that you've always wanted.
Queenside, kingside, kingside.
Kingside, get your rooks out, and play really like as fast as you can. This
I'm on
may
it.
be. Ooh, that seems quite awful for him. Like he's getting his
He's
king
doing a
close to
mate.
mated
His
here, right?
king is like everywhere now.
Okay, now he's throning. Okay, so now you just want to get your rooks on the 7th rank. Really nice stuff. Take the pawn, get your. Oh, I was gonna say get your other rooks on the 7th rank as well.
Oh, whoops.
Okay,
Oh,
he wants to go for something like that. It's fine. It's not bad.
is that a threat? Yes, it is a threat.
Okay, you covered it nicely. Your best move. Ooh, okay. Not bad.
Free check and one. Free check and
He'll
one.
take it,
No.
and then you'll play. You can play f2. Ooh, now he has rook takes, and you have to play f1, king f1. Okay, keep going. Oh, you had to take. You can take the rook. You can take the
Okay,
rook.
I'll take it.
Take the rook. Nice. Go. Now play something like rook h3. Rook
H3.
h3.
Yep.
Good idea. Take the bishop.
Oh.
Take the bishop.
Got
Take
it.
the bishop. Nice. Now, yeah, go for the pawn, and then push the pawn to the end. Go.
Wait, no, I can just look for him.
Whatever you feel is best. I would push the pawn to the end.
Okay.
Nice. Now go for checkmate. Nice. Now go for play your queen to c2 or something. Yeah, and now go for rolling. Oh, this is gonna be nice if it works successfully. Very nice stuff, Modern. Very nice stuff. Really good stuff.
Oh my god, that was stressful.
Well done. That was a stressful game for sure. Okay. Alright, let's analyze this. A good win. Very nice stuff. Alright, so you
Yeah,
play
he made a few mistakes though, so it's not all on me. And Fallon gave me some really good moves. So
yeah, okay, so you play the I keep doing this where I just
yeah.
go back.
And I think it must be a button that makes you do that.
Yeah,
But
I
okay.
use my arrow keys and then
Ah.
I press the bottom arrow and
Hmm.
it goes to the end of the game. Okay, so here normal Scotch, nice stuff. And immediately when he plays this move, what he's threatening is to like take here, right?
Yeah.
So the best move usually in a position like this is probably to even play something like f3. Because you can't play bishop d3 because then he can take the free knight because the queen is no longer
Yeah.
defending. Right? So that blocks off.
Hmm.
So f3 usually is probably the best move. It solidifies this pawn on e4. And then if he takes here, it's actually bad for him because you're taking towards the center, you're solidifying your d4 knight, and you have a really strong center. So
Yeah.
after something like this, then you can go for a3.
Yeah.
a3 immediately, it loses a pawn. But you had the right idea here because this was his only move. If he played something like this, or like defended this knight in any way, other than queen here, you had just f3. Queen here is good because after f3, he just drops back, and then you can trade queens, which is not too great for you considering you're down a pawn,
Yeah.
and this pawn structure isn't like as good. So we had this idea. So like knight into here. Obviously, if queen went here, what was the move?
It was the check on G7,
And
and you win the
then
queen.
you fork and take the queen, right? So
Mhm.
the queen's only move to defend this knight, without losing it, is queen here, and it also defends the pawn at the same time. And then you took, which pretty much meant after he takes back, you can take with check, king across, and he had one idea, which was to fork, and
Yeah.
another idea, which was to pin. So this was a nice way to get out of it. And then this was actually really bad for him
Hmm.
because it pretty much blocks off his queen to any threats. So you don't need to worry about this threat anymore. You don't need to worry about this threat too much anymore. So this is an okay idea. After check, you just block, and then this move was really nicely spotted. Well done. And he missed this threat. I
What?
literally just saw that straight away that you could have just
Alan, you should have told me. It
won a
would have
free
saved me
queen.
so much stress.
No, honestly, I saw this threat
Hmm.
as a bigger threat, like
Yeah, the mate.
checkmate ideas,
Yeah.
right? Uh, and then I was so focused on that like knight back was. But yeah, obviously you could have won a queen here, but it's still completely winning for you at this point because you're up an entire exchange. And I was thinking this idea, um, pretty much like getting your queen and your a bishop on the same diagonal and having his king in the center, and then
Ah,
you
yeah.
can bring your rook in. You can
Hmm.
try and get a castle successfully. Bring your rook to e1 and play it slow because there's no real hurry. Like all his pieces are like stuck to his position, right? So something like that may have been okay, but you went for the similar idea, I guess. Like this is pretty good, threatening checkmate in one. This was what I was thinking though, as probably a slightly annoying move for you. But I
Hmm.
think after something
I could
like
have just dropped it back even my bishop.
maybe even King D1 would have been good as well.
Yeah.
Morning, gents.
Alex has joined
Morning,
us in
Alex.
this recording. We're just
Oh,
going
you
through
recording?
Martin's game that we went through. So okay, we'll finish up. So he played back here, and then after trading everything, you can castle like nicely, and it just came down to a really quick time scramble. Some nice ideas. Here, I probably would have suggested taking and doubling up anyway.
Ah,
He
yeah.
still has this threat though, but then you can play something like this, which is a really nice move. And pretty much if he moves his rook away, so he doesn't trade the rook, then you can recapture here because there's no longer a pin. So
That's smart.
something like taking with this rook instead is maybe slightly better, but this is still fine. You defend your
Oh,
rook
that's pretty
and
cool.
the threat at the same time, and then just a time scramble. Okay, so he blunders his rook, which is really nice. Then he blunders everything else, and you go for a victory at the end, which is very nice stuff. All right. Well done, Martin.
Thank you, Fallon.
All
Couldn't have done it
right.
without you. You're such a good teacher.
Okay. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.